Hello, this is Todd Luck, and this is a review of the 25th anniversary episode of Power Rangers Dimensions in Danger. So, this is a review with spoilers, so you can stop the video now if you don't want the episode spoiled, but otherwise, let's get going. So, the episode revolves around a villain named Dravon kidnapping Tommy Oliver and making a evil robot clone of him, who in turn kidnaps some other Rangers off screen. And so Dravon is creating evil robot clones of all these Rangers to create an army to invade other dimensions. Odious allies herself with him, and she gives him 3 arrows that can break the dimensional barriers so they can go and, conquer all the dimensions. Wesley from Time Force shows up with Coda and Gemma, representing the 3 dimensions that are mentioned in the episode, and they recruit the Ninja Steel Rangers, and they go off and fight the army, free the Rangers, and lots of explosions and cool stuff, and they win in the end. This is an episode that is really very Tommy-centric. We learn a lot about him. There are arguments to keeping his mystique, keeping a mystery about the character, but that was pretty much thrown out the window here, and we learned pretty much everything about what he's been doing since Dino Thunder. He resides in Reefside. He's coming back from a dojo when we see him. He has a son named JJ. And the final scene, like very last few seconds, is very quick, but we do see him hold hands with Kat, meaning that they ended up together, like that flash forward we saw in Zeo. So it's very Tommy-centric, and he does get a really, really great action moment where he's able to do these quick morphs between all his different forms, or a lot of his different forms, during a fight with the evil Black Ranger, and it's just really spectacular, and it's the centerpiece of the episode, to me at least. It's definitely the best American fight footage in there. And then there's a great Tommy moment at the end where, of course, he's going to save the day. It's required. He's Tommy. So he summons in the Falcon Zord, which was a surprise to me. I wasn't expecting a Zord. And it looks good. It looks good. And it finishes off Lord Dravon. Other really great highlights are the fight with the clone army, which is pretty spectacular. They're able to do it in a way that you can tell the real Rangers apart from the clones, and the different Rangers will team up, like the Gold Rangers team up, the Pink Rangers team up. A lot of Rangers get action moments, not all of them. There's just too many and too little time. I've heard that there could be extended cuts of these scenes. Maybe there's an extended cut of the episode like there was with Legendary Battle. But I found it satisfying because the Rangers who were kidnapped weren't necessarily characters in the story so much as they were just kind of there for just to show they were kidnapped, just to show kind of the scope, and they kind of become background characters in a way. So, if Trent doesn't get an action moment, it doesn't really take away from the story. But, obviously there's some fans of some characters who might be a little disappointed. Tommy gets the bulk of it, and then the Ninja Steel Rangers and Wesley. And then, some other characters get some lines here and there. Coda gets to say caveman strength and uses smelling abilities to track down bad guys. And the Ninja Steel Rangers do get their fill of action. They use Sentai footage for this episode from a special or movie that included the Sentai version of Dravon, and the footage is spectacular. Once they get to the fortress with the Ninja Steel Rangers, the footage is just off the wall. I wish they could have used more of it. Dravon's a super powerful villain, and it was really great seeing them go at him. We don't know anything about Dravon other than he's powerful and he wants to conquer the multiverse, and he rules something called the Antiverse. That's it. I don't know. But doesn't matter. He looks cool. He's powerful. That's enough for this episode. Criticisms of the episode are basically bad CG effects. In the Sentai footage, there is an amazingly fake-looking blue Dragon Zord from Ninja Steel, and it just looks bad. But it doesn't ruin the scene. It just distracts from it badly. And then there's some really, really bad-looking fire and explosions that are clearly CG during the big fight with the clone army. And that's unfortunate. It's distracting, but again, it doesn't ruin it. The action in that scene is so good. It doesn't matter. I just am scratching my head why a show known for its pyrotechnics is having to resort to CG fire and explosions. And there could have been better time management, so each of the guest stars were identified and had their own little action moment. And the story was super basic and didn't necessarily need to make a whole lot of sense. Okay, 6 Rangers would be killed by an army, but 16, oh, they've got this. I don't know. I guess Cat couldn't afford the after party for the 120 Rangers from last time. But overall, it was good. It was an enjoyable episode that I found satisfying. And, it's just a good example of how you can do a plot-driven episode and have it be effective. Other than an appearance from some cloaked legendary rangers last episode, this episode is mostly self-contained. I doubt it's going to be referred to for the rest of the season. However, it does bring up a couple interesting questions. First of all, it uses footage from one of 2 Super Sentai movies that feature the Sentai equivalent of Lord Draven. If they have access to one of those movies, chances are they have access to the other. And so that other movie actually has the first and only appearance of a female Ninja Ranger who is a Green Ranger. Now, chances are they have access to the Sentai footage and the costume. So they could actually do a Ninja Steel Green Ranger. And last episode in the mid-season premiere, they introduced a transfer student named Sandy who immediately took a liking to Preston. And she has a green book when we see her. She's later in a lab that has a lot of green in it, which is kind of an unusual color for their school. And so I'm not sure if these are teases or coincidences or if she is actually going to be the Green Ranger. I'm not sure what the chances are. I mean, could they really keep something like that under wraps? I'm not sure. I do like her character, and I would love to see her become the Green Ranger for Ninja Steel. Another interesting question is, there was no Sledge in this episode, so why did they bring him back in the premiere for this season? I'm still hoping that it's for a Dino Charge crossover. Obviously, we've seen series in the past that had both an anniversary episode and a crossover with the past season. I think this would make sense. What I hope it isn't for is for some arbitrary last-minute plot twist where he comes in and replaces Odious as the master villain for no particularly good reason. That just wouldn't be very satisfying or make a lot of sense. He just doesn't have any connection with any of the characters in this series. I wouldn't mind seeing her dethroned, but do it with a character that has some kind of meaning and relationship with her and the Ninja Steel Rangers and Galaxy Warriors like Galvanax or Ripcon. Hopefully they're not going to do anything stupid with Sledge. I've got hopes for this season. I enjoyed Ninja Steel. I'm enjoying Super Ninja Steel even more. And I don't think that they're going to let me down, but here's hoping. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing what else they've got going on in this season. It's been a good ride so far. But anyway, so that's my thoughts on the 25th anniversary episode. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And like and subscribe for more videos. And until next time, may the power protect you.